Welcome to episode 1 of the FarmHopLife podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Kaitie.
We're married. We met in 2015 back in Minnesota, where we're both from, and
we moved to Montana about 8 months after that. We both really liked to travel, and so while we were dating, we did a lot of traveling. And a couple of those trips involved coming out to Montana, going to national parks, camping in the snow, just having a grand old time. And I had gone to school out in Oregon, and I'd always wanted to move back west, but couldn't really figure out a way to do it. You know, Portland had become a crazy hipster place to live, and it was very expensive. And Matt brought up the idea of maybe moving to Montana. And, I mean, when we took a look at what rent was and stuff like that 5 years ago,
yeah,
it was very reasonable. So we decided to just go for it.
I picked Montana because I had at one point woofed on a farm about an hour outside of Bozeman, a small town called Harrison, for about 6 weeks, just trying to figure some stuff out. Early 20s, you get it. And I always, when I left, I always wanted to come back. And so when I met Kaitie, she always wanted to move back out west. And so I was like, Montana? She's like, let's do it. So that's how that decision got made.
So having never lived together, we quit our jobs and moved into an apartment in Missoula. And then about a year after that, a little less than a year after that, we got married. And in 2019, we bought some land a little outside of Missoula, because who wants to be in a big city? And we started building our own house. Well, we had a lot of help building our own house, but Matt did a lot of the work on the inside. I helped out as much as I could until I got pregnant. And then all of the, putting poly on stuff and sanding and lifting heavy things kind of came to a halt. But we finished our house pretty early in 2020. And then I got to stay in it for like a year because I had a newborn.
We started our small homestead in 2019. Small garden, 7 laying hens. And then in 2020, we added 10 more laying hens and 25 Cornish cross to stock up the freezer, get our hands dirty, and just some broilers for the... Did I already say the freezer? Whatever.
You already said the freezer.
Whatever. The freezer's important. It's a good part.
Having a bunch of laying hens was super interesting. I've never had chickens. I grew up in the city. And so then we went from having a bunch of laying hens to take care of to 25 baby chicks in a big crate in our basement. And then we eventually moved them outside. But, taking care of all of those animals and then going through the process to put them in our freezer was something I had never done before. So it gave me a new appreciation for how much work it actually takes to stock your freezer.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot of work. We did all 25 in one day, and it felt like running a marathon. But now we have the experience, so we can do it again. Maybe not faster, but better.
Hopefully not take 8 hours.
Yeah.
But we also expanded our garden last summer. We did some root vegetables, lots of tomatoes, some peppers, and we're hoping to move into a kind of a bigger setup this summer and maybe do some squash, some watermelon, some corn, things that you don't really grow in a garden bed. Our soil here is very, very rocky, so it makes it a little bit harder to just have a big garden right out your back door. So we have a number of garden beds, and then we're hoping to fence off an area from all the deer to have some more vegetables. So
that's what we're currently doing. Since we got it kind of figured out, we're going to change it up. we're going to adjust our lifestyle to be that of more travel and helping people. We could use a lot of help here, but I find it more rewarding helping other people, and there's more people growing food for themselves now than, I guess, since the 70s, like the Back to the Land movement. And a lot of people need help. And we like meeting new people, talking to them, traveling, seeing different places. So we thought, let's do that. Let's travel, help people, record content on the way throughout, and let's enjoy life like that. So
the idea really was Matt's idea because, I mean, he takes on a majority of the projects around our place, and it constantly feels like, you know, you cross 2 things off your list and there's 8 more that you added the same day. And so, you know, he works very hard to try to make sure that things are running smoothly here, and it just feels like you don't have enough time in the day and enough hands to get everything done. And so, you know, he kind of sat down with me and said, you know, how many other people are struggling like this? You know, they just need somebody to come and stay for 2 or 3 weeks and just help them with whatever project they need help with, so that they can feel like they're finally getting their feet in front of themselves. And I mean, it's scary for sure to uproot your whole, I mean, we spent 5 years getting situated here and building our house, and we have a son, and it's scary to think about uprooting all of that, but the opportunity to travel around and help other people, and also, you know, show our kid the different lifestyles that people lead and the different cultures that people have, you know, that's just something you can't pass up.
Not in Western Montana, anyways. It's be a whole different learning experience. And the other thing is learning from other people. So, like, doing things on our own, you know, we're learning as we go, but to get exposed to what other people are doing, how they're doing it, things that they know and whatnot, we can learn a lot from them too, and record, videotape, take pictures as we go and document that and share it with other people, so people are learning along with us. And so I think it'd be a great tool for everybody. So thank you. So that's the plan. Well, that's the outline of our plan. So we're gonna, in the next episode, we're gonna go through the plan and how we're gonna do that. So
you can't just throw all your stuff in a pickup truck and hit the road.
Some people can.
I mean, I guess you could, but
just not us and not.
We have a little bit more of a detailed plan, so.
Unfortunately, as much as just be spontaneous and just go for it. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, love to hear from you. Leave us a message, comment, email, farmhoplife@gmail.com. See you next time.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment, review, or send us an email, farmhoplife@gmail.com. Those are always great to read. Like and subscribe as well, but most important is sharing this podcast. We really appreciate it. You can check us out on all the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Float, MeWe, and Odyssey. FarmHop.life is where you can see stuff that we post on our social media pages and sign up for our email list so we can stay in touch. FarmHopLife.com is the main site where we'll have lots of exclusive stuff that we don't share anywhere else and some merchandise to help us keep going. Additionally, you can listen to the podcast there and add it to your player of choice. Also, where you can sign up for our email list to let you know of new episodes, interviews, or big changes. Check it out. Thanks.